Hey guys, so today I have decided to make a video about my eyeball itches, bro. Okay, video about my piercings and the jewelry I have and all of that because I thought that would be fun and I really like piercings and body modifications. So, ta-da! I'm gonna go through the piercings I have. I'm not gonna rate them on a pain scale because I'll throw in a quick number of what I think if I can think of something that quickly, but it'll be pretty vague. All right, I ain't gonna lie, because this is mainly about the jewelry I have and where I got it from. Because I've always wanted to do a video like this. I used to watch them all the time, and now we get to do my own. So, yes, the piercings I have. I have my nipple pierced, which was a 0 on the pain scale because I can't feel this nipple. Surprise. I can't feel that nipple, so I didn't feel the pain. It felt gross with the force of trying to get it in there because there's a whole lot of scar tissue. The whole thing is basically scar tissue at this point. But that didn't hurt at all. And then I have this. I have my lip done, which is, I think it's at a size 4 gauge now, so like 5 millimeters. The initial piercing was maybe a 5. Same with these. These were maybe a 5. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't that bad at all. But these are just at like I think like a 14 or something. My septum, I pierced myself. Don't recommend it because you might not pierce in the right spot. And I didn't really. It's not in a bad spot, but you can tell it's a little far back. And every time and it happens a little easier when I don't have such heavy jewelry in, but when I do that, sometimes it just, bloop, it like flips up. Okay, but anyway, God, that looks weird. Look at that. I don't like the way my lip looks without a ring on it. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust in my chair. I don't want to sit regularly, so I'm like trying to fix my shirt. But so that the pain for it, since I went so agonizingly slow, popping it through each layer of skin, gross. Again, don't do it yourself. The pain wasn't that bad. And that's also a whole thing. Okay, so quick story about my septum piercing, right? So I pierced it myself at home, and I didn't really have anything to put in it, I'm pretty sure. So again, don't do this. But I think I had like a paper clip through it, or like part of a paper clip or something. I don't know. I shoved some crap in there. I don't know what it was, but pretty sure I woke up the next morning. Like I slept with it, it was fine. I woke up the next morning, I forgot I had it in, and I came out of my room, and my mother was like, "What's in your nose?" And I'm like, so I run to my room, I rip it out of my face, and I throw it in there somewhere. Had no clue where it went. So then I get on the school bus. Well, I tell her, "Oh, I don't know. Don't worry about it. Throw it in the room. Whatever. Don't worry about it, Mom." And so, whatever. We drop it. I get on the bus, and I think I brought another part of a paperclip or maybe a safety pin. I don't know. Some stupid, dirty piece of metal, probably, that I tried to like sanitize with a lighter and some rubbing alcohol or some shit. Um, but I go ahead and I shove it back through on the bus. Really dumb, because the thing is that when you don't pierce with a hollow needle, you're just kind of ripping the skin open, and then when you take whatever's in there out, especially when it's like a fresh piercing, it just closes right back up. So then I basically in, out, all throughout whatever. Okay, at school I had it in the whole day. And then I would get home and have to either flip it up or hide it or do some shit, right? And again, this thing is crooked, okay? So it's like, if I just look at it from this side, if I have like a bar in, when it was smaller, you couldn't really see it as well. You could see it from here because it was a little crooked, whatever. So I had a time where my dad almost caught me with it, like, because he saw it in my nose and he's like, you got a booger. And I was just like, oh man, let me go to the bathroom and get it out. And I was just like, shoot, what am I going to do? Yeah, that happened, and then I got caught with it. Ooh, this is like a fun part of the story, right? I got caught with it when I was in the hospital. I had to get, I had to go. Jesus Christ. Yep. So I had to go inpatient for reasons, um, and so when I was sitting there in the hospital bed, my mom was in there. We were in, I think, like in the ER or something. She looks at my nose. She's like, "What's in your nose?" I'm like, "I don't know, Mom. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Just stop a little bit." You know, kids. But I was like, "No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it." And so basically, I had to take it out. And I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of pierced my nose." She was like, "Oh," just because like I did it myself. And one, I wasn't like, not like I wasn't supposed to have piercings. I had my ears pierced, okay, and I could get. They didn't want me having, you know how parents can be sometimes. You see me now, okay? They're fine with it. But I'm also an adult, and I've gone to professionals for the rest of them for the most part. But yeah, I got caught with it in the hospital, so then I didn't have it. The jewelry. I didn't have the jewelry, which is just like a plug that I just shoved in there. So, and again, do not do this. This is dumb. You can get an infection. Your nose will rot and fall off. Okay, so don't do this. I decided that I was desperate to have my nose pierced and that I wanted it and that no one was going to take it from me. So I waited till I got sectioned, you know, in the ward itself. And I would take bristles from a hairbrush, these little plastic bristly things, whatever. And I would just popped it on in there and just had it in there the whole time. And I had enough bristles that I could change it out, you know, daily, multiple times a day, whatever. I just pop it out, fix it, and just boop, pop it right in there. Again, don't do that. It's dumb. But I did it. It is done. It's in the past. Okay, I wouldn't do that now because I'm an adult and I can afford jewelry and I can make decisions about things that I stab into my face, or not things that professional stabs into my face. That's the important part. But yeah, moral of the story: if your parents are going to make you take out a piercing that you do yourself, don't. Just wait. I mean, they're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? And of course, I love my septum piercing. Okay, it's one of my favorite septum piercings ever. Also, mind you, it was not this big when I pierced it. Jesus Christ, it was regular old. I think it was like a 14. Could have been a 16. Jeez, I'm moving the whole thing. Okay, but it was one of those. Regardless, don't do it yourself. You don't have to. You know, don't worry about it. Just do it with a professional when you can, because it'll be straight and it'll be worth it. Because at this point, it's like the only way for me to make it straight is for me to maybe, and okay, like I don't even know if this would work, but I would think it might. If I got this, if I took this out, I let it shrink back down, and then I had it punched, right? Like if they took a, I almost hiccuped. If they took a punch of some sort, kind of like the ones they do with the dermals, it's just a lot bigger. Sometimes they have those, sometimes they have bigger hollow needles that are a bigger gauge, whatever. And then if I had it like redone straight, but that's just not a good idea. And you know what? It doesn't really bother me all too much. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's enough of the story time. This, in general, the pain of it wasn't that much. I don't remember when I rated it before. It was fine. My nostrils, my lower nostrils, weren't bad at all. Okay, that was just kind of basic. I'd give that maybe a 6. I'd say a 6. Because it wasn't, the cats are making a ruckus, causing a whole ruckus. But I'd give it a 6. You know, it's thicker. I have pretty thick nostrils. It was a little uncomfy, but it wasn't horrible. The worst part is just like the sharpness of it. The rest of it was fine. My high nostrils, that shit was gnarly. was so gross because it's so thick and it's like, I guess the skin's harder up here. I don't know, but it doesn't go through any cartilage or anything. My bone doesn't start till like up here somewhere. All right, like I can tell, whatever. Cause sure, there's cartilage and shit, but it. Oh. So they had to put a receiving tube. She shoved a receiving tube up into my nose and then had to shove it through the receiving tube. So it was like being pushed on two different sides. And the receiving tube was like this, right? But the part that went into my nose was like at an angle, if that makes sense. So it was like, it was kind of like the shape of a of like the, you know, like a piercing needle, where it's like, I don't really know what they would call that, but you know, it's like slanted like that. Oh yeah, there you go, kind of like that. So you know that would like press up against my nose, but then you know it could, yeah. So that is just like a big metal tube shoved up into my freaking nasal cavity, and then a needle coming the other way. So it's just like for both sides. The pain in general, I would give it an 8, just because it felt gross and it was really uncomfortable. But after it was pierced, it was fine. And then I had to get the bars changed because they were a little too short, because I swelled up more than we thought I would. So I ended up getting the bars changed like maybe a day or two later, and it didn't hurt. It was fine. It might have pinched a teeny bit, but other than that, it was totally fine. So I got this done. This was maybe like a 3 or a 4. It wasn't bad. It was fine. I got this done years ago, and as you can see, I have these. That is from me picking at my skin. I am like a chronic skin picker when it comes to scabs and shit. So like, I just pick and pick and pick until it just goes away, and sometimes it doesn't. So I've been trying my best recently, and it's started to heal some pretty well. But even that, like the piercing itself is fine. Even like right around the piercing, it looks okay if you can kind of tell. It's just that I had like an irritation bump zit thing down here, and so then I picked at it, and then it just, if you keep picking at shit, it's not going to heal. Same with my eyebrow. That is just a little skin flake, which is probably like, it's so gross. You know what? Tough shit. All right, you're the one who clicked on this video to watch it. But yeah, that piercing itself was also maybe like a 3 or 4. It wasn't bad. I think the cool thing for me, at least, about surface piercings I've gotten, what helps me get through a piercing or whatever, because you know they hurt. They're gonna hurt unless you can't feel it. But I focus on the feeling of the needle going through, if that makes sense. So like pretend like, you know, it's going through. I focus on that. You know what I mean? Like the feeling of it going through the skin or whatever. For some reason, that's helped me deal with the pain of a piercing. So, you know, do that if you want. You can give it a shot. I don't know. Sorry, there's a cord I keep kicking, and like I keep messing with everything, and it's just, yeah, okay. But yeah, those are those. This was maybe a 3. Okay, like the pain wasn't really that bad. The worst part was just the feeling of like the thing just, that was kind of gross. Other than that, it didn't really hurt too bad. Even putting the jewelry in, because I think what it does is, since it's just cutting your skin, I mean, the adrenaline rushes there pretty quick. So, or I think that's what it is. The adrenaline gets flowing, all right, and it was fine. It went numb pretty quickly, I think. So there's that one. My Daith was, I got it a while ago because we were like, hey, maybe it'll help with my migraines. Because I have chronic migraines. So I got it in like high school. Years ago. It was my first professional piercing. Because I got my ears done with a freaking piercing gun at Claire's, okay, which I do not recommend. We didn't know that back in the day. All of us were going to Claire's, except for the people who weren't going to Claire's. But anyway, you know, yeah, the pain was maybe like a 7. So like it wasn't. It's just such a thick piece, and like the sound of it was so gross. Um, but in general, it was fine. Healing was a bitch, though. Okay, let me bump it up to an 8 because the whole experience of this stupid piercing, I like it. It's cute. I've tried to put like what do you call it? A curved barbell in it before, and it just didn't. Like I got it in, and I got it screwed on a little bit, but like my fingers are so freaking big because I have big ass hands. It just wasn't. I couldn't tighten it enough, and the little thingy fell out. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just put a hoop back in it. But in general, it was fine. It was whatever. It wasn't horrible, but just cartilage in general. That's why I only have the 2 cartilage piercings. Ugh, so gross. In the healing, it got an irritation bump on it, and of course, I couldn't stop messing with it. As soon as I stopped messing with it, though, it was fine. Like you can see, it's all. I don't know if you can see. It's healed. It's great. You know, it's been great for years. This one was maybe like a 5. It wasn't bad, even with it being a cartilage piercing, but that's because this cartilage for me is so thin. But it does have still an irritation bump on the back of it, and that's just going to be there now. Like it looks like it could be like a pustule or whatever, but it's not. It's just irritated because like I sleep on it. Like, I don't know, I can't help sleeping on it. I can't just sleep on the one side, and I sleep on this side so often that even if I try to sleep on this side, I end up rolling over to this side. It's pain, but it's fine, whatever. And then I have these. I might have already gone over these. I don't know. This is a 2. This is a 4. I did both of those myself. They weren't bad. No, I did one. Okay, I did this one, and Elliot actually did this one. It was a pretty decent job too. I think they're in approximately the same spot, and I'm going to keep them at the sizes they are because I like them being a little off. They're 2 of my favorites because they're cute. And then I have these. I got them pierced eclairs, and then I stretched them up. I started in middle school, and I went on from there. This took me a long time. Like 10 years now, 9 or 10 years to get it to this point, and I feel like I've been saying that for a while. So, I don't know. I don't remember exactly when I started. I just know that it was in middle school. It was a while ago. Quite a few years ago. So, yeah, I think that's all my piercings, if I'm not forgetting. Oh! I have my tongue pierced. The pain was maybe a 6 or 7. You know, it hurt. It's a big old muscle. But the healing? No. Bitch, no. It's almost not worth it. Like, I was like regretting it. I was like, oh my god, why did I do that? I knew it's like you watch videos or you like hear about people getting their tongue pierced, and they're like, yeah, it swelled up so much. And you know, you have like, I have like videos of me from the healing. I'm not about to try to enter all that shit, but you know, videos that it's just, it is freaking puffed up. But the funny thing is that as much as that sucked to heal, I'm gonna get my tongue split. So look forward to a video and review on that healing process now that I have this little channel going. But yeah, the tongue, bro, that sucked. It sucked so hard. Anyway. Let's go to some jewelries. I can't remember if I said this already, but I had my belly button pierced at some point. Look, I told y'all in the introduction video, I'm sorry if you didn't watch that first, but there's going to be repetitive shit because I always forget. I forget things. I forget that I say things. And it's just going to be a big mess. But that's why you're here, because you love the mess. You love me, okay? Don't deny it. Anyway. So I'm going to go through some of the jewelries. What sucks is that some of my favorite jewelry that I've bought was for my belly button. Now I will say, not all of them looked very good, because a lot of them are kind of long, but that's besides the point, okay? So we'll start with the little belly button rings I had. All of these, so I'll start with this one. This is the one I got it pierced with, all right? Not my favorite that I've ever had, you know, but it's cute. She's cute. She's basic, you know. A lot of people get their belly button pierced with that. Not gonna complain. You know, it's average. You know, it's whatever. Now these I got from Body Art Forms. All right, I got this one. Super cute. Has a little black gem and a little pearly thing at the top. I don't know. Yeah, I love that one. Not my favorite, surprisingly enough. Ooh, I'm missing the ball from the top, but it was just a regular ball on the top. I got this. This one, I thought it was super cute. And then this one was my favorite, but I never really wore it because I didn't know when, and because it just didn't look that good. I'm just being honest. It didn't look good in my belly. In this section here, it just didn't look that good. But this one was my absolute favorite. Okay. It's just a little thingy. I don't know what's in there. I don't know if it's like a fabric-y thing, like behind glass. Or not glass. We know it ain't glass. But you know. I love that one. And it's a little crooked. Like the little top part's a little crooked. But you know, that's fine. So there's those. That's for my belly button. This is another favorite I have. And it's actually for an eyebrow. And it does, I'm going to be real honest, it does look a little crusty. The spider does. But it looks really cute when it's in. Okay? It's just a little spider. So precious. And then the bottom's just a little ball. Yeah, it goes right up here. Boop. Let me tell you though, this thing would get stuck in my pillowcase. This little turd right here would get stuck in my pillowcase, and it sucked. Because I'd wake up, and I remember this one time specifically, I woke up, I felt that I was stuck, and I said, screw it, I'm going back to bed, and I just ignored it. Because I was not about to deal with any of that. This is, okay, I'll go on to septum ones now, because I have a lot of septum ones. Just in general, I think, I'll say. Let me try to make sure I don't get them all mixed up, but, you know. So, first of all, I have this kit. I think I got it from Elliot as a gift. It was either Elliot or someone else. I can't remember. Sorry, looking at my back of my head. But, just a kit that I got of all of these stretchers. All of these. And so, like, it's not just these sizes, right? I don't know where the other ones went. They're probably thrown around somewhere, but they're just, you know, crescent. I'm pretty sure this is like a 00. Just a few different sizes of those. Yeah. But these are a size 8. So this was one of the first, like, real stretch septum jewelry that I had. It was just this little bar. Or this little CBR, I guess. Captive bead ring. I don't know. People call them different things. That's what I call them. And then I have a segment ring, which, another fun story. I didn't have the proper tools for this, so I just used a pair of scissors and I shoved it in there. Again, don't do this. Get the tool for it or go to a shop if you're having struggles and it's hard to get out. But, yeah, it's like this weird pair of pliers. And so I didn't have that. So I just used a pair of scissors and I just shoved it in there. And then I took the scissors out, put it in my nose, shoved the scissors back in, away from my face, shoved it back in, and then put the little segment in there and then yanked the scissors back in. Don't do it. It's dumb. It's not smart. And it kind of messed up the inside of the jewelry. I didn't care though. And for a long time, I wore it open because I didn't feel like dealing with it. But I have these. I'm pretty sure these are, what, a 4? I don't think I had any 6 jewelry except for, like, unless one of these is, whatever. But this I got from my friend Chris. I wore this one for a long time. Just, you know, it's just acrylic. And then I got these. And these are actually, technically, for a Prince Albert piercing. But, I don't have an Albert to pierce. So, oh god, ignore that I said that. That was dumb. But you know, yeah, they were cheap. They came in a set. They're comfortable. You know, they're not too heavy, so that was cool. And then I had in the 4 gauge, I have this. It's like a septum spike or tusk or whatever you want to call it. It goes across like that. I'll actually take this out and show you. So you know what I'm talking about. And then I'll show you one that I have in the size I'm at now. Like I said, this is a little smaller than what I'm at right now. But it just goes in like that. It's super cute. I love it. I haven't really worn it a whole lot though, because it does like push up on my nostrils. And I don't like having that exposed. It's so weird now. But I have that, and then I have this in the size I'm at now. It's a little green aventurine or aventurine. I got this from No, I didn't. I got it from Body Art Forms. And that does kind of block my breathing because she's thick. But got that one, and it's also kind of hard to see when you're far away. You don't even know what's in there. But I got that. And then I'm gonna put my ring back in. But then I also got a what I wore at my wedding. I got those from Amazon, and they came in a pack of 2, so I have 2. But it's this little just a little gold one, because I was trying to wear a bunch of gold jewelry. At one point I had gold threadless ends for my high nostrils, but one of them got caught on my bag, and then it just kind of pulled it out and I lost it. It was at the hospital. It just popped out. But yeah, so I'll show you a nipple ring I have, which is cool. And then I think I'm going to move on to, actually no, I'll show you that. And then I'll move on to plugs. But this is one of my favorite nipple rings. I don't wear it a whole lot, just because I don't want to get it caught on anything. But it's a cat. It's a kitty from Kiki's Delivery Service. I forgot what the cat's name is. Okay, so don't get on my butt about that. But it's so precious. It's one of my favorites. And then I have another one of these, because this is actually technically a nipple ring. I didn't really need to do that because I have one right here in my hand. But yeah, technically it's a nipple ring, and I can't wear the one in my hand because I screwed up. Because I did something. But I got those from Elliot. I'm pretty sure they got them. I don't actually know. I don't know where I got them. This is a set of these. Of Labret lip piercing stretcher thingies. I got them from like Southern Shore Adornments or something. I could be completely wrong, so don't take my word on that either. I will also try to put a link in the description for those, because they're really cool. They, in general, right, they might seem a bit pricey. They're like, I think $80 now, depending on the sizes you get. They're like $80 for the set. But that's not really that expensive considering what it is, and considering that it's all handmade stuff. It comes with 5. I mean, shoot. In my eyes, that is like a great price, because lip jewelry in general can be expensive, and I think it's made of like Durlin or something, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. And then I just have a bunch of plugs and tapers and stuff. I'm not really going to get into those because they're not all that interesting. I'll show you this though. I don't even think this is a size. Oh no, I do. I have these. Because here's the thing, right? I have a lot of threadless ends. Or I have some threadless ends, but I also have internally threaded ends, so it's like I can only really wear them with the right bar, and if I stretch up, then it might not fit the end anymore. And I have this little guy. Do you see it? It's a little lizard. I have that end, which is super cute. I had that in my ear, in my cartilage piercing for a minute. And then I have this little thing. It's a little lotus flower thing. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Super cute. Um, yeah, those are two of the favorite ends that I have. The tongue piercings I have, they're all cheap from like Spencer's or something. Just a set. I only ever really wear the one I have in, and I only ever really change that when a ball falls off. And I've swallowed 2 balls. So, there's that. So now we're going to plugs. My plug journey has been an expensive one because I get to a size and I'm like, oh yeah, this should be good. I'm going to stay right here. And then I don't. So far, I've been here for a minute. It's been a hot minute, so... I don't plan on going any bigger. I feel like this is probably pretty good, you know? I can flip it up over my... You know, like when I don't have the jewelry, and I can flip it up over here, and that was one of my goals. I saw, like, I think a video of someone doing that, and I was like, ooh, you know, that would be really cool if I was able to do that. So that, and I just like the size. I think it's a good size. Now, if I go back on that, and I get more, or go bigger, then leave me be, because I can't control it. I can't. It just is what it is. So I'll start with these. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot in this size. I have a decent amount. Okay, like in general, I have a decent amount. I have plenty. But of course, I always want more. So yeah, I'll start with these. These aren't 1.5 inches. These aren't 38 millimeters, but they're actually Elliott's, but they're in this box. But I love them. They're super cute. They're just like a little, I think they're called like keyhole hangers or something, and I'm pretty sure it's... Is it though? I don't remember. Like it's, you know, it's actual, you know, it's either glass or stone. I don't know. But there's that. They're super cute. These, God, where did I get these from? I think I got these from... God, I don't want to say the wrong place because I either got them from... Okay, I'll just link the places I get my plugs in the bio below. I can't promise I'll know exactly where each plug is from, but I'll know where at least some of them are from. So I have these. Has one of these little shells in it. And these are some of my favorites because they're just super cute. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's one of my favorite shells ever. I actually have a necklace that's the same. It's a little, well, you know, it's a necklace because it's a pendant, but you know, super cute. And then I have my stone plugs. This is moss agate, and I love these. God, they look dusty and crusty, bro. They've been in the dust for a minute, but it's because they were on my table. But yeah, these are some of my favorites. I wear these more often than I think any of my other plugs other than these. It's like back and forth between these and those. This is some type of jasper. I can't remember if it's leopard jasper or what. But I got these and the moss agate ones. I did indeed get from what is it called? Arctic Buffalo. That's where I got them from. Along with, I get a lot of my plugs from there actually. They have, it's a decent price. I can afford them. That's the most important part. I also got those from Arctic Buffalo. I don't remember if I said that or not. Yeah, no, I did. Okay. But I also got these little Starry Nights. These little jellyfish, because I love the ocean. And I just thought these were really cute. And then these little snowflakes for the winter time. I should be wearing them right now, but I'm not. Let's see what else I got. Oh, I have a sad story. Not really, but kind of. So these plugs I got from Plugs by Emma. It's really cool. I think they're like little ink blot thingies. I got those from Plugs by Emma. And then, is it these? Yeah. I also got these from Plugs by Emma. Ooh. Super cool. And then I have these, right? I had this other pair. And I think I was going to wear them for the wedding. But I was at the beach and the ocean took one. Which is fine. I get it. You know. She gonna take what she gonna take. But I was very sad. And I had to go the whole rest of the day with a naked ear. It wasn't fun. But, you know, it is what it is. Those are all of my plugs. That doesn't really seem like a lot now that almost all of my plugs. I also got these as a gift from Elliot. I forgot the place they got them from, but these are some of my absolute favorite plugs that I have. I don't wear them too often because I really don't want to mess them up or lose them. But they're just little plastic babies. And I love it. If you know me from like school or something, you may remember that I actually had quite a few pieces of baby jewelry that are all lost now. Well, they're not lost. I broke my ring, and then I don't remember where the earrings went. Like the little dangly whatevers that I had. But yeah, those are all of my plugs and my jewelries and my favorite jewelries and some fun stories and some just stuff. Piercings. I'll probably make a video about tattoos at one point, and I'll probably make update videos on all sorts of stuff because I am not done getting piercings. It might be like, oh, but you have so many piercings. Well, guess what, bitch? I'm not done yet. So, yeah, that'll be it for today. And thank you for watching. And like and subscribe. Comment what piercings you have because I'm interested to know. Either piercings that you have or piercings that you really want. Or if you're scared to get piercings or you absolutely hate piercings and you think they're stupid and ugly, then let me know and let me know why because I'm genuinely curious. So, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Deuces.